Hi guys, it's Kino. Welcome to another video. So today's pick a card is going to be messages and predictions for the month of February 2022. We'll start by getting a general overview of your month, and then we will take a look at the specific life areas of love and relationships, career and studies, and spiritual and personal growth. So there are 3 readings for you guys to choose from today. I'm going to show you each of the crystals one by one, and then please pick whichever one you feel drawn to the most. Number 1 is Fluorite. Number 2 is Apophyllite. And number 3 is Carnelian. Okay, so as always, take all the time you need to pick. You can pause the video if you need to. I'm going to go ahead and get started with number 1. Hi number ones, so if you guys chose the Fluorite heart, this is going to be a reading all about your month of February 2022. So like I mentioned in the intro, we are going to start off this reading with a general overview of your month before moving on into the specific life areas. So I'm going to start by taking these 2 oracle cards to give us like the theme of your month or the main energy that you will be working with. So we have Kunzite with self-love and self-worth. Oh my goodness. So that's a cool little sync going on there. It looks like the key word for you guys in the month of February is self-love. And right away, I feel called to tell you guys to get yourself some kind of present on Valentine's Day. It doesn't matter whether you are single or in a relationship or not. Please celebrate yourself on Valentine's Day. Get yourself some flowers, get yourself some chocolates, whatever it is that you like. Love yourself, celebrate yourself. So actually, I want to talk about Kunzite for a second because I'm just remembering something that my friend told me a while ago, that using this stone helped them to break old patterns, like old negative or toxic patterns from their previous relationships and release baggage from previous relationships so that they could attract the kind of partnerships that were beneficial for them. So for those of you who are looking to attract a good match for you, whether that is romantically or friendship-wise, or you're looking to improve your current existing relationships, this might be a good stone for you. That just came into my mind, so I wanted to mention it. But in terms of some things your guides might be suggesting you to do this month, I'm being shown, it's like a gratitude journal, but you make it about you. You know what I mean? So rather than saying like, I'm grateful for this thing existing in my life, I'm grateful for these people, although that's a wonderful practice to do, I think your guides are suggesting to kind of tweak that. So it's like, I'm grateful that I'm grateful that I committed to my healing, or I'm grateful that I have these skills, or even just to make a list of things that you like about yourself, why you are happy to be yourself. And what this is going to do is start to get you in the natural habit of respecting yourself, of loving yourself, of celebrating yourself. This is honestly an amazing practice to do, even if you already feel pretty good in terms of your self-worth. But for those of you who are struggling with it, if you do this kind of repeated practice, it really does start to make it like second nature. It becomes like, if it's really hard for you to believe that you are worthy, you are amazing, doing these kind of practices, it makes it easier and easier for your mind to accept these suggestions. And so I would say, if you're really struggling with self-love, to even take like a fake it till you make it kind of approach. And soon it will just feel so natural, like, heck yeah, I'm amazing. And it will just come to you and come to you even more. And there is something else that I wanted to say. Yes, as you go through your day-to-day life, as you interact with people, as you decide what to entertain yourself with or not, what to spend your energy on or not, what to consume or not, keep this question in your mind of, what would I do if I loved myself? Or what would somebody who loved themselves do? And really put like your daily routine and your daily behaviors into question and see whether or not your actions and words are imbued with self-love or not. And when you see some places where you might be lacking a little bit, see if you can infuse a little bit more self-positivity and support into that. Some of you guys might need to be careful about the way you talk about yourself. I know that, I mean, I'm guilty of this too, like saying self-deprecating stuff and like half joking. I think we really should cut that out and we should replace that with speaking positively about ourselves. I haven't gotten to this level yet, I will admit, but I love when I see my friends or even people I don't know like posting on social media like, I look so good today, I look so cute today. I'm like, yes you do. And it makes me so happy that people can post like this celebrating themselves, and I wish that more of us did it. And I also want to talk about the chakras that are here. So this card, it is literally a chakra oracle deck. So this card is related to the sacral chakra. This is related to the heart chakra. So this is making me think of like emotional intimacy, getting closer with people in your life. So as you start to build up your self-worth and your self-esteem, like we mentioned a little bit before, this is really going to help to attract the kind of relationships that you want and improve your existing ones. But there's also something about this practice that is going to help you to open up more, that is going to help your relationship with intimacy in general. That's going to make you much, much closer to your loved ones and the people in your circle, a lot more expressive. And with this sacral chakra energy here as well, this might help you to put yourself out there, especially for those of you who are like creative or you have any sort of dream or passion that involves putting yourself, your ideas, your looks, whatever it might be, putting yourself out there and making yourself known. As your self-love and self-worth starts to rise, this is going to become a lot easier and a lot more enjoyable. And this may even help with your creative inspiration. Okay, so now let's take a look at your astrology cards. So first we have Mars, then the full moon in Libra with the message find a balance, and oh my gosh, are they all gonna fit? And then we have transits with the message climate and the number 55. So 55 might be a significant number for you guys this month, but this is a number that is all about change and growth and development. So I also want to mention that we have Mars here and then we have Libra, which is ruled by Venus. So we have Mars and Venus here. And this is standing out to me because just last month, like in the January monthly prediction, there was a group that got Mars and Venus in the Astro section. So I don't know if you guys chose that group as well and this is like a deja vu for you, but this can talk about you guys finding a balance between your masculine energy, aka Mars, and your feminine energy, aka Venus. But it can also talk about a significant connection that is coming to fruition or that is undergoing some very significant change with the number 55 here. So it kind of goes back to you guys manifesting and attracting relationships and partnerships that are good for you. I feel like there's going to be a big change in your relationships, whether that is meeting somebody new or, you know, getting with somebody significant or, you know, a relationship moving in a really good direction. If you guys have a specific person in mind, then that could be really, really good news for this connection. I also think that this could be talking about a work-life balance or a work-rest balance because Mars talks about our ambition. It talks about how we exert ourselves, how we take action. I'm getting a kind of busy bee, go-getter energy from this Mars card. And with this card that talks about finding a balance, I think you guys are going to strike a really lovely balance in your life where you feel motivated to do your work, you're productive, you're confident when you do your work, and then you care for yourself, you rest, you replenish. I feel like that balance is going to be really good where when you're at work, you're in the zone, you're not tired, you're not dragging your feet, and when you're resting, you don't feel guilty about resting, and then you actually get good rest. So almost like creating really good boundaries with yourself. Like when it's time to do this, we do this fully. When it's time to do that, we do that fully. And I think that that comes with self-love too. creating healthy boundaries with yourself. Now, this card, which talks about transits and climate, actually, one thing that's coming to my mind is that you guys might be vacationing or traveling or going somewhere with a different climate, like if I take this literally, or some of you guys might be changing your work environment, because for some reason, I just keep feeling like this Mars energy has to do with work. Like you are full speed ahead, moving towards a goal, motivated to get stuff done. And I feel like some of you guys are going to be working in a place or in an environment that is different from, you know, previously, January and before. So like you're getting transferred somewhere, maybe you're going on a business trip, changing departments, changing jobs. You get the picture. That could definitely be in the cards, pun intended, in the month of February. And also with this full moon in Libra, if I think about full moons as like completion, fulfillment, I think you're gonna feel really, really, really fulfilled in your partnerships this month. Like in your personal, intimate partnerships, as well as in your work relationships. I think that your coworkers and your team are gonna be, the way it's coming to me is like picking up the slack. So if you guys are used to having to do all of the work by yourself, it just feels like you're working in tandem really nicely. There's a really nice balance where I'm doing my work and you're doing yours. I get my credit and you get yours. And you're not having to like go over here and pick up other people's mess or work for less credit than what you deserve. Everything has come to a really, really nice balance. So I am loving this energy so far. Ooh, I just noticed maybe this, you know, career change is dependent on your self-worth. Because you see this, I'm going to call this a throne, even though it's a chair. It's like, if you don't believe that this chair is here for you, you're not going to sit in it if you don't have that self-worth. So some of you guys are really being encouraged to change something up in your career or like to go for it with an idea that you have. But you need the self-worth to like believe that you deserve better. Like you deserve to be paid more. You deserve more recognition. You deserve a higher position so that you can work up the courage to make that change. But okay, so let's take a look at your tea leaf cards. So this part of the reading is just pretty open. It can be like specific events that your guides want you to know about, things to look forward to, things to look out for, or just whatever. Anything from your guides. We have Valley, deep personal strength and peace that assure success. We have Dog, protection from a powerful friend. And Lily, spiritual love. Woo! So we had this message about attracting good relationships, about deepening intimacy. We had the Mars and Venus, which was like some partnership going on. And then we had the number 55, like big changes. Some of you guys are manifesting, I almost want to say like the final form of a spiritual love connection. You're manifesting a spiritual partner coming into your life. You're manifesting the union with this spiritual partner. Yes, this is totally giving me that vibe. When I saw the Dog, protection from a powerful friend, this immediately made me think of a spirit guide, because aren't spirit guides powerful friends? Wouldn't you say? If any of you guys have a companion animal, or even more so specifically a dog, they may actually be like a spirit guide for you. Whether they are incarnate with you right now or whether they have passed on, I think that your companion animal is some kind of guide or protector, and they are very, very powerful. Even if they just inhabit an animal body in the physical, they have a very powerful soul who does look out for you, who does keep you out of danger. Think of a watchdog. Like, this is your most loyal friend, and if anyone's gonna come and mess with you, their soul will like chase them away. And if you guys are resonating with this spiritual partnership that I've been kind of getting the vibe of, I do think that this spirit guide is closely watching over both of you and ensuring your happiest union. And you know, this dog can also be the spiritual love. Like, there's someone in the spiritual realm who loves you very, very much. And then finally we have Lily, Valley. Isn't Lily of the Valley a thing? Isn't it? I think it is. Lily of the Valley. It sounds like something. It says deep personal strength and peace that assure success. Woo! And this is making me think of that balance again. I think as you guys work on your self-love and self-worth, you're also cultivating this unshakable inner peace. And I think that that comes from, again, your healthy boundaries and not letting outside influences affect you. Like you're building this boundary and saying, you're not allowed to affect my inner peace. You're not allowed to affect my inner peace. I feel like Oprah. You're not allowed. You're not allowed. You're not allowed. No. And this has been coming up like in quite a few monthly readings. I don't know if it's like the same people choosing these piles and I'm following them on their journey. But some of you guys out there have been working on this for quite a few months, because this is not the first time that I've seen this. But you're like, you've reached this level of self-love where like, I'm not going to let anybody's opinions or anybody's bullshit affect my deep personal peace. I'm not going to let anybody mess with that. And that is going to assure your success, because when you're going along on your path to your dreams and someone has something to say or someone's jealous of you or someone's trying to pull you back, you're like, and just keep going. No, I don't fuck with that anymore. And you've cultivated enough of this that you're not bothered by anybody's bullshit anymore. I think this is an incredibly, incredibly empowering month for you. And I also feel like saying in this spiritual connection, maybe you're not taking this counterpart's bullshit anymore, because sometimes our loved ones come to us with bullshit and we have to, you know, put them in their place. But anyway, I also felt like adding these two extra little oracle cards in the reading today. So we have Azurite with expanded awareness. My awareness is expanding with an abundance of clarity. And then we have Forget Me Not, always remain true to your intentions. So we have this card of expanded awareness and remaining true to your intentions. Ooh. So as your self-love and self-worth is growing, you have a clear awareness of what it is that you really want for yourself. And this goes back to that idea of, as you go through the daily motions, questioning, is what I am doing, is what I'm seeking for myself really coming from a place of self-love, or is it coming from fear, insecurity, societal pressure? Is it just a habit? Like, is this really the best action I can be taking for myself? And as you work on this more and more, that's going to become clearer. I'm thinking of the Very Soon card in the Romance Angels Oracle deck. And of course, this doesn't have to be about romance, but the message on that card is clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. So with all of this lovely stuff that we've been talking about, you guys are also ushering in an age of very powerful manifestation, because you're so clear about what it is that you want, and you're so sure what I want is best for myself, because I love myself now. I'm like, I'm the best source to check what is best for me, because I'm the one who cares the most about my well-being and my happiness. And I think following your inner compass is going to start to come really, really natural to you, or it's already starting. Because again, I feel like this is a journey that you guys have been working on for months, not just in February, but is it ever paying off this month? Holy crap. And again, with this Forget Me Not, like, some of you guys do have a passed on loved one who is watching over you. It doesn't necessarily have to be an animal, but this could be extra confirmation for you guys if it is. And they're saying like, remember me because I'm still with you. Oh, okay. So now we are going to move into the specific areas part of this reading. So as you can see, I have one tarot card and one oracle card each for the areas of love and relationships, career and studies, and spiritual and personal growth. So let's start off with the love and relationships. So for your tarot card, we have the Seven of Pentacles. And for your oracle card, we have Hyacinth with the message playfulness. Play is the royal road to childhood, happiness, and adult brilliance. Ooh. Okay, so, oh wow, I love to get this message of playfulness when it comes to love and relationships. Okay, Seven of Pentacles. Let's start with that one. This is a card that talks about seeds that have been planted well and things are building slowly but surely. I do want to say that when it comes to your relationships, there will be a slow build, but this is not a bad thing at all. It's really a good thing. When it comes to relationships that zoom really quickly and that grow really, really, really quickly, I feel it's not that it's a red flag, but we just have to be a little bit careful. Like, I kind of feel wary if somebody's really, really into me and trying to move things quickly, like in the past, you know, when I was dating. I would feel wary, like if someone was really into me and trying to move things quickly, because I'm like, okay, clearly you don't know me that well, so it's not like you like me specifically for who I am. Maybe you like the idea of me, or maybe you just want to be in a relationship, or maybe you have some other weird motives, but I can tell that it's not because you've taken the time to get to know me and really like me and are really sure about this. Like, it has nothing to do with me. It's like all you. So I don't know. I feel like things that move really, really quickly, there are exceptions, but it warrants being a little bit wary or a little bit questioning. And with the Seven of Pentacles coming out here, maybe you guys have felt like your relationships have been moving slowly, but I think this card is here to say your seeds are planted so well. What you're doing right now is building a solid foundation. And if you are single and this is you waiting for a long time for somebody to come in, then this is likely referring to you building a solid foundation with your self-love and your self-worth. This card is assuring to you that everything is worth the wait and everything is moving at the perfect pace. Like, if things were to speed up, it could lead to easy come, easy go kind of situations. It could lead to you getting something before you're really ready to hold on to it. It could lead to people making decisions for the wrong reasons, like I just spoke about before, like people making decisions because I just want to be in a relationship, or I just like the idea of it, rather than, thoroughly assessing the situation, thoroughly getting to know the other person. These things are not to be rushed. Like, when you are choosing a friend or choosing a partner, like, we're getting to the point where you guys are choosing your most loyal, lifelong companion. So you want to choose carefully. And I know that you have the inner compass to do that, but it also just takes time to get to know someone and to see their true colors and to see how they react in this situation, in that situation, and what their values are in XYZ. Like, it's not speed dating, right? This kind of stuff takes a long time. So I can maybe sense that some of you guys are feeling frustrated with the speed at which things have been progressing. And this is just here for your guys to assure you, like, this is not like a delay. You're not being held back for this or that reason. Everything is perfectly on time. Everything is perfectly on schedule. This does make me think of divine timing, and this is a card that I often associate with the phrase labor of love, because I think of, you're not just getting the big shebang or the big climax, but you are tending to your garden every day. Even though you don't get to harvest every day, you still have to go out and tend to it every day. Make sure that there's no freaking aphids, and I'm still mad at aphids because they killed my basil. Making sure that it has enough water, enough sun, it doesn't have too much sun, it's in the right temperature. All these little things that you have to work on every single day. That's the labor of love. That's the process. And that's what relationships really are. Relationships aren't just the big moment of commitment or, the engagement or the moving in together. It's that every day in between. And I think that your lesson in love and relationships is to start enjoying that in between, or even to not feel it as the in between. That every day is the big shebang. That every day is what this relationship is. And becoming comfortable with how fast or how slow things might be progressing, being patient with yourself and being patient with others. Your guides are confirming that your seeds are planted well, that there are good intentions here. So this is not a matter of saying like you're with the wrong person because it's going slowly. It's just, this is the natural pace of things. So you just might feel that things are kind of slow this month. But with the playfulness card, This is talking about not taking things too seriously. Maybe some of you guys get really in your head when it comes to relationships, worrying about the past or worrying about the future, that you forget that this present day with this person is a gift. And you're here to enjoy it. You're here to give to each other and laugh together and enjoy each other's company. This playfulness card is here to not like give you permission as if you need this card's permission, but just know that you have permission to relax and have fun. Know that these people in your life are not going anywhere. Know that they are good eggs, and just enjoy as it slowly unfolds. Enjoy as it unfolds and know that you are in good hands. You are loved, you are protected, you are in good hands. So now let's take a look at your cards for career and studies. For your tarot card, we have the Five of Pentacles. And for your oracle card, we have Venice Mallow with delicate fleeting beauty. When life is not coming up roses, look to the weeds and find the beauty hidden within them. Ooh, so that's interesting because the Five of Pentacles would be a card where I think, okay, life is not coming up roses right now, like things are a little bit tough. And then this card is also talking about what to do in a tough situation. Look to the weeds and find the beauty hidden within them. So if I'm honest with the Five of Pentacles, this could be indicating a little bit of difficulty in your career. I'm just thinking back to that message we got about having the courage to change things, having the courage to move forward. With this Five of Pentacles here, some of you guys are being undervalued or underpaid in the work that you are currently doing. If you have been feeling this way, I would like to validate that, because I know that even if I can't make the situation better for you, sometimes just validating that could maybe feel better. I don't want to tell you like, oh, you should be just grateful that you have a job. It's like, no, it still sucks when you're not valued the way that you should be, or when you are getting shortchanged for the work that you're doing. Like, sure, maybe you'd rather have this job than nothing at all, but it still sucks. So if you're frustrated, don't feel bad about that. I think you are completely in your rights to be frustrated with your current situation, and even like with the butterflies in the jar here, it feels like somebody who is stuck. It feels like somebody who is trapped. So maybe some of you guys are in a situation where you know you're not getting enough, you know you're not getting what you deserve, and yet you can't leave. Now, like I said, for some of you guys, this might just be an issue of self-worth and like working up the courage to change something. So if that resonates with you and you feel like that's where you're at, I want to let you guys know that yes, you are worthy of more. Like, you're not being greedy, you're not being picky. Holy crap, no. Like, you're worthy of so much more. I don't know if someone was in your ear telling you like you should be so grateful for this job, or maybe that's like how the company brainwashes you. Like, you're so forever indebted to us because we bestowed this amazing job on you. I know some companies have that kind of culture, that kind of orientation. Maybe you have some loyalties to the people there, or you've been with them for a long time and you feel indebted to them. But like, judging from this whole first part of the reading, you guys are worthy of so much more. So if you've been kind of on the fence, this is your confirmation, this is your green light that it's time for a change, you deserve a change. Now, for others of you, this being trapped, it might be something that you can't really do anything about right now. It's out of your control. Maybe it has to do with a certain contract that you're on, or your financial situation, you just can't leave right now. If that's the case, I'm not going to be like reckless and tell you to walk away even though you have no savings or whatever it is. Like, I'm not going to tell you like, oh, just leave, because sometimes it's not that easy. So I think that's where this oracle card comes in. When life is not coming up roses, look to the weeds and find the beauty hidden within them. And this is about finding, it's kind of similar to the love and relationship message. Like, try to find comfort in your current situation. Try to find something to enjoy in your current situation, because if there's really, really nothing you can do about it right now, at least you don't deserve to be miserable the whole time. And if you look, I'm sure you will find that there is something you can enjoy, whether it's like you really like your coworkers, or there's a customer who comes in that you really like, or if you're at school, maybe there's a teacher or your friends that you really like, or maybe the campus is really pretty. Find something that you can enjoy just for your own sake, just for your own inner peace, until you move to a place where you are free to get out. And then once you're in that place, remember what we've talked about here, like you deserve a change, you deserve something better, and go for it. I guess I just want to make sure that you guys don't have, and maybe this is like not the most accurate term, but like Stockholm syndrome in your current career or study situation, where it's like you could leave, but you feel like you can't because you feel like this is a match for you, this is what you deserve. Just know that there is more out there for you, I guess, is what I want to say with this. So now let's move on to the final cards for your spiritual and personal growth. Oh, I love this deck. All of the court cards are little deers. So here we have the Knight of Cups. And for your oracle card, we have, I don't know if this is crocus or crocus, but we have the message of cheerfulness. It is spring again. The earth is like a child that knows poems by heart. Oh, that's quite similar. This message of cheerfulness and playfulness. You know, throughout this reading, we've seen some amazing things. We had a little bit of a challenging message here, but what I feel called to tell you guys is like, things will never be perfect in your life. And I'm not saying that in a pessimistic way, but like that's just the way life is. Things are never going to be 100% perfect. And I want to tell you guys that you don't have to wait to feel joy. Like you don't have to wait until everything is perfect to feel joy. Joy is here for you at any moment. No matter what you're going through, if you look around, there will be joy somewhere. Your guides who love you so much will send you little trinkets of joy. I don't know if that's the right word. Little nuggets of joy, no matter what situation you're in, even if it's like a beautiful flower blooming or your friend tells you a hilarious joke. Really cherish and savor those beautiful moments, because like, again, that's the big shebang of life, the day-to-day, the little moments of laughter that we have in the day-to-day. And if we put too much of our happiness in, I'm waiting for that big breakthrough in the future, I'm waiting for this problem to solve, like life is gonna pass us by. We're gonna miss out on all of those little moments with the little bits of smiles and laughter hidden in them. I feel like I'm getting really cheesy, like a Hallmark card, but I really, really do want to say that to this group. No matter what you're going through, the good and the bad, you can always have playfulness and cheerfulness in your life. And I even think that the delicate fleeting beauty on this card is talking about life itself. Like life is the delicate fleeting beauty. I'm sorry, I'm getting so freaking cheesy. Please forgive me, but honestly, I think that this is the very way in which you are growing. Like really coming to understand these truths and choosing happiness every day, choosing to show up as your best self for the sake of yourself and for the sake of others. Every day. Like I choose happiness, I choose cheerfulness. And I feel like this is a month where you guys are going to become a lot more emotionally expressive. I think you're coming to a place where you feel safe to open up to people. We spoke about that a little bit earlier with the message of intimacy. And I'm also thinking of just small acts of kindness or random acts of kindness that are really going to brighten up or even make your day. So just for an example, maybe you guys are getting more into the habit of complimenting people when you like their fashion or you think that they did a good job on something. You let them know. Like, whereas before maybe you just thought it in your head, like you're making an effort to go over to that person and speak up and see the smile on their face and see how you made their day. Or maybe when you come to work or come to school, you bring your friends a coffee, or like doing little things like that every day and then bringing joy to someone else. And then they're going to remember that. They're going to remember how good you made them feel. And then maybe tomorrow they're going to bring you some little gift. They're going to, you know, bring you some praise or compliment, or they're going to help you out. And it's like you're finding the joy in companionship. Like, that's what we have at the end of the day. Our greatest gift is to make each other smile. Our greatest gift is to make each other's life a little bit less bleak and a little bit less hard, and to remember that we're all in this together. So, you know, there might be something going on, like materially or work-wise, or you're in kind of a weird transition there. But when it comes to your community, and when it comes to your support system, and when it comes to the support that you give yourself, like, you are golden. And I think whatever struggles life throws at you this month, you are just going to breeze through them because of your cheerful and lighthearted spirit, because of your awareness that this doesn't mean I can't choose happiness. This doesn't mean that I can't laugh. And if anything, maybe this will just make you even more grateful for the love and partnerships that you have in your life. I know, like, me personally, when I'm going through something tough, I think about how grateful I am to just have my family and friends. Like, everything else can, how can I say this nicely? Everything else can go take a hike. Like, at the end of the day, I'm good because I know that I have these people who love me, and that's the most important thing. So, yeah. That's what I really, really feel for the Knight of Cups. He's an interesting one. Like, he can talk about so many different things, but here it's like compassion, kindness, leaning on others, giving and receiving to others, you know, that kind of emotional fulfillment and companionship. I'm really, really feeling that here. So in terms of zodiac signs, because I don't think I really spoke about that, zodiac signs that might be significant, whether it's you or another person. With Mars, this can be Aries or Scorpio, Libra, obviously. And then we have water sign with the Knight of Cups. So that can be Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. Oh, and I said Scorpio already, so extra points for Scorpio. But these are all the messages I'm seeing for you guys, so I'm going to end the reading here. Thank you very, very much for letting me do this reading for you. I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching, and I wish you all the best. Please take good care of yourself, stay healthy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that. I also have a Patreon, so if you guys are interested in seeing even more exclusive pick-a cards where you get to choose the topic, that will be linked down below too. I'm sending you guys lots of love, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye! Hi number twos, so if you guys chose the Apophyllite, this is going to be a reading all about your month of February 2022. So like I mentioned in the intro, we are going to start off with the general overview of your month. So I'm going to take a look at these two oracle cards first, and this is going to give us like the general theme of your month of February, or the main energy that you are working with. So first we have Divine Temple with the message Source, and this one is a Master Teacher card. There's only a few of these in the deck. And then, we have Recovery, and it's so cool that we have this card that is talking about source, like connecting to source energy, and then this card, Recovery, is associated with the third eye chakra. So this is a very spiritual month for you guys. I think that February is going to be a month of revelations, of uncovering truths, and some really, I think the word would be intense, some really intense or profound spiritual awakening. If I can just give an example, like when you have a really, really earth-shattering or prophetic dream and you wake up and you just feel different, or maybe you go on a retreat and like you do psychedelics or something and you have all of these realizations. I'm not saying you're gonna do that, but like, you know how people come back from that kind of thing and they're like, I am a changed person. I will never look at life the same way. I feel like at least mentally, emotionally, spiritually, you're going through some sort of passage. You're going through some sort of portal where you will not look at yourself the same. You will not look at this physical world and life the same after this revelation, in the best way possible. Like, I think it's kind of going to freak you out if I'm being honest, but in a good way. I think that you're going to be meeting some divine beings like we see here. And what they're giving to you is something that was already within you. It's like these beings are helping you to find the answers that were already inside you all along. And I think that's why this card says recovery, because recovery is getting back something that you already had. Or in this case, being shown something that you had all along, but you didn't realize. Like, this guy's like looking for this. Like, here, you lost this. And you wake up from this experience and you have all of the answers. And even just looking at this divine temple, like, when I think of the term divine temple, this makes me think of yourself, your soul. Some of you guys are going to be seeing a vision or a visualization of what your soul looks like. And just how big it is and how beautiful it is going to freak you out. You're going to be like, wait, that's me? That beautiful thing is me? Or, you know, that beautiful thing is my spirit guides? With this third eye energy, I do think it's going to be like a visual experience, some kind of vision that you guys are having. And this is like the highlight of the month of February that's going to lead to a major shift in your perspective. Some of you guys are getting the answers about what you came here to do as well. So for those of you who are feeling a little bit lost in life, like you're missing direction, purpose, motivation, you're remembering what your soul came here to do. And with that sense of direction and motivation is also going to come a huge sense of inner peace, because you're also getting answers about the struggles that you've been through in this lifetime, the suffering. You're like, oh, that was also something that I came here to do. That was also something that contributed to the growth of this beautiful soul. That was also something that this soul chose to experience. So what you're coming out of this with is like this immense clarity and peace. And again, being very freaked out. Being very freaked out by how beautiful this universe is. And just the sheer magnitude of what you saw. And also being a little bit freaked out at how you were so duped by the illusion of the physical world and physical life. How you got so into your human avatar at times. Like, I think that will freak you out as well, now that you've seen the truth of what your soul is. So I hope I'm doing an okay job at painting this picture, but it's like a profound awakening, a profound spiritual experience. That is going to be like the biggest event of the month of February. And don't be surprised if after this moment, really weird things start happening in your life, really weird synchronicities, and even some things that just straight up seem paranormal, like objects showing up when they weren't there before, or things that seem like a timeline shift, like you thought something happened and then one day you wake up, like a Mandela effect kind of thing, where everybody's saying it happened differently, or people are saying, what are you talking about? That didn't happen. Just a weird spooky shift like that. And I have this really weird feeling in my ears, or like on the inside of my head. And this is only the second time it's ever happened to me, but it feels like everything is echoing inside my head. Like something got busted open and now my head's like a big echoing chamber. Ooh, oh my gosh, that's so weird. Ooh, okay. So let's take a look at your Astro cards now to get some more information. So we have Capricorn energy coming through. We have the full moon in Scorpio with the message, breathe through the tension. And we have midheaven with Pinnacle. So that's Capricorn energy twice. So Capricorn and Scorpio might be significant zodiac signs for you guys, whether that is your signs or the signs of somebody significant. If not, that's totally fine, but it could be an extra layer of confirmation for some of you guys out there. There is like a big emphasis on you guys reaching the pinnacle of your success. And I can think of a couple reasons for this, just, you know, with regards to what we previously looked at. One of them is that you guys are getting, you know, the answers about your soul's mission. So this can definitely be talking about you guys remembering your calling, or if you already have an idea of what it is, this is going to confirm it to you in such a strong and earth-shattering way. Like there's no room for doubt anymore. This is what I'm meant to do. You guys are coming out of this like, this is who I am. This is what I'm meant to do. And the other thing the other reason why I see you guys being so successful is because, again, you're coming out of this with an awareness of just how, not fake, because this physical world is not fake, but like how fragile the illusion is of the physical world, and how a lot of the things that we stress ourselves with on a day-to-day basis are a lot more real in our heads than they are out there. And a lot of the things that we take seriously don't need to be taken seriously. It's like you're getting perspective. You're getting perspective of what a tiny, tiny portion this human on this earth is compared to the vast being that is you. And as such, when you come up against challenges, when you come up against adversity, it's like those parts of the simulation can't fool you anymore, if that makes sense. Like, they can't perturb you, they can't get to you, they can't slow you down in the same way. Because you're like, oh yeah, this is just part of the simulation. I know what I'm here to do. I know I'm gonna get there anyway. This little inconvenience, this challenge has nothing on me. I am this freaking divine being. Like, whatever. And it's gonna make me stronger just like everything else has. So the things that would once discourage you, make you want to give up, make you question yourself, it's just not working anymore. It's like that moment, I don't know if this has ever happened to you guys, where you're having like, it happens to me a lot, like I'm having a scary dream where, you know, some evil person is chasing me, and then I'm like, wait a minute, this is just a dream, this person can't hurt me. And then I'm not scared of them anymore. I'm like, bitch, I can wake up whenever I want, you can't do shit to me. So you're having that kind of revelation, but you know, here on earth, where really, like, someone's opinion, that can't do anything to me. That can't stop me. Judgment, rejection, pff, like, wait a minute, who are you? Do you guys know that video? It's so funny, the kazoo kid. So nothing can stop you. Like, you are untouchable, you are invincible, you have been reminded of who you are, and you're claiming it. And I think that's what the full moon in Scorpio is talking about as well. Like, you're just able to sail through the tension, just breathe through the tension. And I think you're gonna find this month, the things that you once cared about so much, they just like don't matter to you anymore. You guys might stop caring about material things, or stop caring about like your reputation or what people say. You just stop caring about that kind of pressure to conform to anything or to be anything but yourself. And this is going to be, for some of you guys, I'm hearing this is going to be like a 180, because some of you guys out there like overthink every little tiny thing and blow up tiny problems to the biggest thing. Hello, me too. And if you monitor like your overall mindset and your overall temperament this month, you're gonna be like, wait a minute. Usually in this situation, I would be overthinking, I would be anxious, I'd be panicking, but I don't care. Why did I ever care? I don't care. Like, you're just unbothered this month. And so you can use all of your energy towards your dreams, towards your goals, and nothing can stop you. You are going straight for the castle. I'm headed straight for the castle, or straight to the castle, or whatever. Halsey. So, all right, let's move on to the tea leaf oracle cards. Now, this part of the reading is pretty open, so this could be specific events that are going to happen in February, things to look forward to, things to look out for, or just additional messages and advice from your spirit guides. So, I should also mention deep, deep transformative energy with Scorpio. You guys might be, and I don't know how this happens. I don't know how this happens, but some energies can just do this. You know, normally we have trauma, we have karma, we have baggage, and we got to work through that stuff over time, and it's uncomfortable. It's some energies, some beings can just like, I don't know how they do it, but they have hacks. They can hack the system and wipe karma away, or wipe trauma away, wipe generations of challenges away. So you might come out of this feeling very, very light, because something has been wiped from your system by these beings. I needed to mention that because that just came up. Like, some of you guys might be recovering from a phobia as well. From some kind of phobia or some kind of addiction, where it's like, normally when you have a phobia, you got to work through that the hard way. And I can vouch for that, like exposure therapy, and it's really uncomfortable. But things are just being wiped. And I don't know how they do it, but it happens. Okay, so tea leaf. Before I got distracted, we were about to look at these tea leaves, so let's see what we have for you. Heart with love, deep affection, and caring. This is definitely how you'll feel towards yourself, how these beings are feeling towards you. And overall, I think this card represents this overwhelming feeling of love and oneness that you're stepping into this month. Like, I love myself. I see myself in everyone. I love everyone. I know it sounds very cheesy. It sounds very hippie, but I think that you guys will really see the truth in that. Like, we're all one. This earth is a living, breathing organism. And if I'm happy, that is for everybody's best interest. And if everyone else is happy, that's in my best interest. You feel this sense of togetherness. You feel this sense of oneness. We have torch, spiritual development. Surprise, surprise. Enlightenment, awareness, and understanding. I'm also thinking of, isn't there a thing of like passing somebody a torch when you're bestowing something to them or entrusting them with something? You might be acquainted with some beings who are asking for your help with a mission on Earth, and likely it's tied to your calling or your purpose. For those of you who do have a passion or some career that you are really, really drawn to, I definitely think that it's for a reason. And embedded within that, like in addition to your own fulfillment, your own enjoyment, your own growth, there is some mission for you that will come naturally to you, but there is some mission for you to help change and heal the world as well. And we have Gong, an exciting event. So that could be talking about this as the exciting event, could be an exciting event in your career, in the pursuit of your calling, could be something else that we haven't seen yet that's going to come out in future cards, but just keep that in mind. It looks like this month is going to be really, really exciting. I can see you guys, like, heart is beating, and you might get chills or you might be shaking because you're so excited, and you might not know why, but that's okay. There's going to be a lot of energy just coursing through you guys. Okay, so I also added these two oracle cards into the mix today, so let's take a look at them. We have Golden Calcite with inspiration. I am inspired in all that I do. I kind of like that inspired has a capital I, because when it's capitalized, it makes me think like it's divine, you know, like spirit with a capital S, source with a capital S, inspiration with a capital I. It's like divine inspiration. And then we have, is it Frisia or Frisia? I'm not sure, but it says, this will all be worthwhile. Like, your journey is so worth it. Some of you guys maybe have been losing steam, losing motivation in the pursuit of your goals. And you're getting a huge burst of inspiration this month. And you're remembering that everything you've been through is going to be worth it. Like, you're on track for some big, big achievements this month. I honestly am getting the feeling like this is just the beginning. So I can't say that like a big accomplishment is coming literally in February, but you have your sights set on it and nothing is going to stop you. And this, again, this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning of you guys feeling amazing. This is just the beginning of you guys feeling inspired, of having clarity, of feeling spiritually and psychically connected, of acquainting yourself with these beings. Like, this month is your initiation, and it's they said it's only going to get weirder from here, so have fun with that. I think you guys are going to start having some, I don't know, paranormal experience or weird downloads, but it'll be fun. It'll be exciting. So Okay, that concludes the general overview part of this reading. So let's take a look at your specific life areas now. As you can see, I have one tarot card and one oracle card each for the life areas of love and relationships, career and studies, and spiritual and personal growth. So let's start off with your love and relationships. For your tarot card, we have the Knight of Wands. And for your oracle card, we have Tulip with friendship and gratitude. Aw, let us be grateful for the people who make us happy. They are the charming gardeners who make our souls blossom. So in your circle, in the, main people you are dealing with in February, there could be a fire sign. Aries, Leo, Sag. Also, tulips make me think of the month of May, because in my hometown there's a tulip festival in May. So someone who is born in May might be significant, or someone you met like last May could be significant. But it's really cool that this part of the reading is about relationships, and then we have a message about friendship. So I think what you're going to be what is really going to fulfill you and make you happy this month, above all else, is your friends. Some of you guys might start to realize the spiritual connections that you have with your friends. Like, oh my gosh, you were my uncle. Why that came to me. You were my uncle in a past life. You were my wife in a past life. You were my child. Your soul starts to recognize the friends who are in your life and rejoice. Like, I'm so happy I found you. It's this feeling of falling in love with your friends all over again. A renaissance of your friendship, really appreciating the friends in your life. For some of you guys, this can be a sign of new friends that are coming in. With the Knight of Wands, I do think that you guys are going to be in a more outgoing and sociable energy this month. Like, whatever your baseline is for that kind of stuff, like where you are on the introversion, extroversion spectrum, I feel like it's just going to be a little bit elevated. So you're feeling a little bit more social this month, a little bit more outgoing this month. And I think you're going to have some really fun times with new friends and or with existing friends. You're going to really enjoy that. I think you're really going to enjoy just like having fun and doing things only for the sake of having fun. Like, not everything needs to be productive. Not everything needs to have an end goal. Like, you're allowing yourself to just let loose. Some of you guys I'm hearing, like, you should go dancing, or you should go to karaoke, or you should go to a concert, or you should go to the club. Like, something where the sole purpose is just like entertainment and letting loose and going wild. I think that you guys could really benefit from that. Something to feel alive. Like, it feels good to be alive. I'm also seeing a motorboat. I don't know if that's probably not a thing for most people watching, but maybe I'm just being shown that to mimic the feeling of like going over the waves and the wind in your hair and you feel alive. Or maybe some of you will go out on a boat for real. I don't know. But anyway, I'm seeing that. Also, this might be for like just a few of you. I'm also seeing a limo. So maybe some of you guys like your friend will rent a limo for their birthday, or maybe you will, or like you're going to some event in a limo. I don't know. Anyway, so we're talking about being very grateful for your friends, having a good time with your friends. As far as your love life goes, so if there is nobody in your life right now, like I mentioned, there could be a fire sign coming into your life. I think that this somebody would be very funny, very cheerful, very much a go-getter. So they're going to match your energy. Like, you guys are super motivated this month, and whoever's coming into your life, they also have a dream. They also have an ambition. I'm not really getting the sense that it's the same thing that you're doing, but it doesn't matter, because you'll just bond over that shared, like, I want to do my best. I want to go after my dreams. I want to find my calling. Like, you will bond over that, drive and that work ethic. And I think that you guys could be really nice mutual supporters of each other. So if you have someone currently in your life, but you're not like committed yet, I have to say I don't necessarily see commitment happening in the month of February, just because like we're still a night here. But I think that you're going to have a really, really good time with the person that you're involved with. I think you're going to have amazing conversations. I'm smelling perfume right now. So I don't know if you like their perfume or they like your perfume, or maybe that's an indication that you're getting like up close and personal. You know, when you get really close to someone and you can really smell their perfume. Maybe there's like a physical encounter or something. But yeah. So if you're not committed yet, I think you're just having fun this month. But if you are in a committed relationship, then this could be indicating like, what is it called? Rekindling? Like a new spark in your relationship where you're having fun again. So a little bit of fire, a little bit of passion is infused into your relationship. And so it's kind of the same message, regardless of your relationship status, regardless of who you are with or not with. You're having so much fun with the people in your life. And I think that this month is going to be drama-free. I just felt like saying that because maybe some of you needed to hear it. If someone has been bothering you, like some of you guys maybe have judgmental family members, which kind of pains me to say, but it's like they won't be on your back this month. Like you're just being allowed to live. You know, like, oh, just let me live, and you will be allowed to live. And there will be no drama in your friend group or with anyone you're involved with romantically. Like, you're just past the drama. It's peaceful. Well, it's wild, it's fun, but it's peaceful. You know what I mean? Okay, so now let's move on to the cards for your career and studies. So for your tarot card, we have the Seven of Wands. And for your oracle card, we have Morning Glory. So maybe some of you guys are starting to get up earlier, get into a good routine. We have the message affection and determination. The Morning Glory, which blooms for a day, differs not at heart from the giant pine that lives for 1,000 years. Okay, I want to talk about this Seven of Wands for a second. I'm taking this seven to be referring to the crown chakra. I've been just like kind of aware of numbers and chakra associations recently, and I think that this applies here as well, just because of what we've seen here of you guys really developing spiritually and receiving a lot of downloads and being really, really excited about that. I want to tell you guys, make sure to pace yourself, because for the time being, you are still in a human body, and your soul is very excited, and your soul wants to do a lot of things, and your soul will do a lot of things. But just remember that you are a physical human with a body who needs rest and food and sleep and leisure time. Like, we got to take care of the physical vessel as well. And it's like, the way it's coming to me is like you guys might forget that you have a body because you're so like operating from your soul during this month. You might forget that you have a body that needs to be, you know, physically taken care of. And when you download too much, I feel like it can affect you physically. I remember, I don't know, honestly, I don't remember what year it was because time is a blur, but there was one period where I was doing so many personal readings. Like, I was doing so many readings every single day. Sometimes I would do it like 7 days a week. And I started to get like, my body was hot all the time, like as if I was a device that was overheating from too much use. And I was getting really spacey, and I was getting really anxious and irritable. Like, this kind of huge energy coursing through your body at all times, I feel like it's just too much for your body. So I think that you will need to ground sometimes, that you'll need to kind of shut off your third eye or close your third eye sometimes. Remember, you need to get enough sleep, you need to eat well, you need to take care of your body. And how this pertains to your career and studies, I just think it's that you guys might get so excited about what you're doing and try to do too much, or like try to do a lot all at once, because the Seven of Wands is a fighting kind of energy, and it's a card that sometimes, and this time is one of them, it makes me think of the phrase like burning the candle at both ends. you know, like spreading yourself too thin, trying to do too much, resisting the cues of your body that are like, hey, I'm tired. Hey, I'm hungry. You need to feed me. I'm dehydrated. Just don't try to do too much. Make sure that you're taking breaks. Make sure that your to-do list is reasonable. Because I'm sure if you make a huge freaking to-do list, you will get it done off of sheer like adrenaline and sheer excitement because you're so excited about what you're doing. So I think you will need to actively like pull the reins and stop yourself and say, is everything okay? Is my body tired? Like, how am I doing? That's what the Seven of Wands is making me think in this month. And then we also had this message: the morning glory which blooms for a day differs not at heart from the giant pine that lives for 1,000 years. And I'm also thinking of, I forget which deck it's in, but it's one of Rebecca Campbell's oracle decks. And it's like oh God, and I'm not even gonna remember the whole, forget I mentioned it, but it says like, get off the treadmill. Like, this is your life's work. It's not a day's work. This is a marathon. It's not a sprint. I think you guys get the idea here. So when it comes to your career, your studies, any projects that you're working on, you're totally on the right track. There's absolutely no doubt of that. And the only guidance for you is like, just make sure that you pace yourself, make sure that you're resting, and make sure that you are taking care of your body. And everything else is like golden. Golden. Okay, so finally we are going to take a look at the cards for your spiritual and personal growth. So for your tarot card, we have the Five of Cups. And for your oracle card, we have Sacred Lotus with Enlightenment. Isn't that like, you already had enlightenment? Yeah, there's a lot of messages like that in this reading. I'm not surprised. And it says, no mud, no lotus. You know what's really interesting too? These tarot and oracle pairs, they go so well together. Like the Knight of Wands and the Tulip went really well together because they're talking about you like having fun and having joy in your relationships. And then this talked about don't work too hard, slow down. So those were a good pair together. And then this Five of Cups talks about like bittersweet type of situations, gaining something but also losing something. And then this says no mud, no lotus. Like no pain, no gain. You'll go through some tough times before you get to where you want to be. So like these also go together really, really well. I'm barely having to do any mental gymnastics to put the two together. I'm doing the mental child pose right now. Yeah, so this could be a sign that your spirit guides are very literal with their messages to you, or they're going to start to become very literal and very clear to you in the month of February. It makes sense after you have this connection to these divine beings, they're going to start talking to you loud and clear. So I think if you guys have anything like this right now where you're wondering, was that a sign or not? Am I reading too much into it? Like in this month, it's going to be so obvious. Like you will get the answers word for word. You will see them out there in the world. Of course, you'll get them from within too. Like thoughts coming into your head or maybe hearing a voice, but there was this heavy emphasis on you seeing visions, on you know, having a visual experience. So I think the answers are going to come to you in plain sight. Just, this is really cool how literally they came out. So I think, you know, and we've spoken about your enlightenment. We've spoken about you finding peace and remembering who you are. I think a really big step for you guys in your growth this month is making peace with the ebb and flow of life. We're not always gaining. We're not always losing. We're not always happy. We're not always sad. We're always changing though. I wish that I could find better words right now. But it's like you're understanding the transience of everything. Maybe that's a good way to put it. And that nothing is ever permanent. And the idea that we're headed towards a destination and then we've succeeded and then we're going to stay there, it's not accurate because we're always going back and forth. We're always going in circles. Life is not a line, but it's a series of cycles. Your whole existence is a series of cycles. It's almost like Wheel of Fortune kind of energy. As you go around the wheel, there's some times that you're going to be going up, and there's some times that you're going to be going down, and then you're going to go up again. And if you're over here going down and someone else is here going up, it's only a matter of time that the tables turn. You're like, we're in perpetual movement and everything is temporary. And so you're finding peace in that. When you're going through bad times, you understand, like, this too shall pass. Everything's going to be okay. And when you're going through good times, when you're doing really well, in the same way, you don't let it like get to your head. You don't let it get to your ego. You're like, yeah, I'm having a good time right now, and this is not gonna last forever either, and that's okay. Like, you don't put that unfair expectation, like, I'm doing well, I have to maintain this, I can't lose it. It's like, no, it's gonna change, and that's okay, and then it will change again. And that's gonna take a lot of pressure off of you. Like, I'm not striving to go up and stay up. That's not what this is about. I'm just here to observe the changes. I'm here to observe the fleeting phases, the winds passing through. Ooh. Wow. I don't know if I have anything else to add to that, but I think that this is a truth that is going to bring a lot of peace to you. And I think this is a month where, like the lotus, you're emerging from the mud, you're emerging from the confusion, and you're blooming beautifully. Okay, so I think that that's everything. I think that's all the messages I have for you guys, so I'm going to end the reading here. I just looked up and the time is at 33:33. So that's a good time to end the reading. Well, it won't actually end at 33:33, but you know what I mean. Thank you very much for letting me do this reading for you today. I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching, and I wish you all the best. Please take good care of yourself, stay healthy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that. I also have a Patreon, so if you guys are interested in seeing even more exclusive pick-a-cards where you get to choose the topic, that will be linked down below too. I'm sending you guys lots of love, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye! Hi number threes, so if you guys chose the Carnelian, this is going to be a reading all about your month of February 2022. So like I mentioned in the intro, we are going to start off this reading with a general overview before moving into the specific life areas. So I'm going to start by taking a look at these two oracle cards, and these will give us sort of the theme for your month of February, or the main energy that you are working with. So we have Nuumite with Healer, and we have Wisdom, and this card is associated with the heart chakra. So the very first thing that I want to tell you guys is pay attention to your emotions. And this is like for all the time, but especially in the month of February, pay attention to your emotions. I think a really big piece of guidance for you guys is to validate and listen to your emotions, because like this card says, they have a lot of wisdom in them. Whatever emotion you're having, whether it's positive or negative, it is trying to tell you something valuable about yourself, about the direction you should be moving to or moving away from, and what needs to be healed. So kind of observe yourself this month and see if you are truly validating your emotions, or if you are trying to push them away, or if you're trying to rationalize them rather than just letting them be and letting them speak for themselves. That's something to really be on the lookout for, especially this month. But what I'm seeing with this energy here is that this month of February is presenting to you an opportunity for very deep healing. When I look at this Nuumite card, this stone is very black, and this is making me think of a black hole. And that makes me think of, maybe I'm gonna sound ignorant here, like I don't have proper knowledge of black holes, but it makes me think of all the energy is being sucked into one thing, into one point, almost like having tunnel vision. So you guys might be really hyper focused on your healing this month, and honestly you might find that you are a little bit more introverted than usual. kind of keeping more to yourself, or you don't have as much energy to do the things that you normally do. If that is the case, my advice for you guys would be not to fight it and to not feel guilty about it. Like, it's okay to be tired, it's okay to need rest, and I want to tell you guys, the world can wait. And the world will wait for you. I feel like this month you guys really need to just look out for yourself and take care of yourself and focus on your heart and on your emotions. Because I think in this month of February, there is an opportunity for a lot of answers to come to you about what has been holding you back, to get clarity on what your limiting beliefs are, to get clarity on what needs to be healed. I think very often we can have this feeling of like, I know that I need to do shadow work, or I know that something is blocked. I know that I have some limiting belief, but I don't know what exactly it is, or I don't know where it came from, or I don't know what I need to do to address it. And as you dive into this black hole and let your emotions just be, I think that these answers are going to come to you. It's like you're not just blindly healing, but you're healing with a roadmap. The more you listen to your emotions, your heart has a lot of wisdom. And once you come out of this black hole, I feel like you guys are gonna be free. This dove is making me think of freedom, of peace. It feels like you are soaring. It feels like a huge weight has been lifted. I think in February, you guys are purging. You guys are purging a lot of stuff. Now, whether you want to do this by yourself, like I said, you might feel more inclined to be alone, but whether you feel called to do this healing by yourself or with others, with a loved and trusted person, talking it through, that's totally up to you. You definitely don't have to do this alone. You know, just because I was picking up that you might want to, it doesn't mean that you have to. Because we do have heart chakra energy here, which does talk about leaning on each other, having compassion for each other, you know, connecting with your loved ones, having a bond with your loved ones. So you can definitely open up to people around you and talk to them and lean on them. If you guys needed confirmation of this, you are definitely not a burden if you open up about what is bothering you. And on that note, sometimes talking things through with people actually helps you to find the answers. I was just talking to my family about my anxiety the other day, and I don't know, something just came over me, and I was talking and I was in the flow, and I just answered my own question about where it came from. You know, oh, I think it comes from because when I was a kid, blah, blah, blah. Like, oh, shit. Like, sometimes you don't realize it until you speak it. So you definitely do not need to isolate yourself or keep things because you feel like a burden. And this is actually something my family said to me. It's like, it's even fulfilling for us to hear you out and to help you. Like, when you care for someone, that kind of stuff is fulfilling. Just like you would want to hear your friend if they were going through something, you would want to be there for them. That would make you happy. That's the same for you. Like, you should be allowed to receive that care and support as well. So let's take a look now at your Astro cards, astrology cards. We have Pluto. I'm not surprised because Pluto talks about transformation, transmutation. It also talks about going deep. The last quarter moon in Virgo, attend to the details. And then, wait, why are they not fitting? Did I move these? And then we have Mars with motion. So it's interesting that we're ending this astrological spread with Mars and motion. It's making me think that you will get out of this tunnel by the end of the month, maybe around the 22nd of February, you know, like the last third of the month, let's say, is when you will be kind of getting out of this. And I don't even want to call it a funk because it's not a funk. You're getting a lot of clarity, you're getting a lot of insight, and you are healing yourself. But your energy, like I said, it might feel a little bit darker, it might feel a little bit heavier, a little bit lower, and that's okay. But I think you're getting back on your feet, so to speak, you know, like in the last week or so of the month, and feeling refreshed and recharged, and like you can take on the world. So this is definitely not going to last for the entire month of February. But like I said with Pluto, You guys are definitely going through some deep transformation here. We have the skulls on this card, which is making me think of death in tarot, which is also associated with Pluto because it's a Scorpio card. So you are freeing yourself from past baggage. I think you're going to feel, I never know if I should say you're a new you, because it's like, sure, you're new in the sense that you're different, but you're not new in the sense that, you know, you're getting back to who you always were. Once you take off all that baggage and all of that mud that has been caked off on you, caked on off of you. The new you is the you that you've always been before all of this crap happened, before you became weary of your journey on earth. You're getting closer to your soul. You're getting closer to your carefree, lighthearted, and loving soul. And Pluto can be very ruthless. These transitions can be very uncomfortable. You might stumble upon some very painful memories, if I'm being honest, and might struggle with navigating that. But again, you don't have to do this in complete isolation. And Pluto is here. Yes, he's here to shake things up and make things uncomfortable, but he is here to liberate you. Now here we have the last quarter moon in Virgo with attend to the details. Funnily enough, I did not pay attention to, oh wait, did I? I think in group 1 I mentioned it. In group 2, I don't think I did. But I'm paying attention specifically to the phase of the moon in this card, which is a last quarter. It means that you are preparing for the new moon. You're preparing for a new beginning in your life, so you are tying up loose ends. If you think of the phases of the moon like seasons, you're in a winter season right now. So this is why you might be a little bit in hibernation mode, in introspection mode. You might be sleeping a lot more than usual. If there's any changes in your appetite as well, let that come and go. If you feel like you're eating more or eating less, like just listen to your body and give it what it needs without judgment. Because again, you have so much wisdom inside of you and you don't need to fight those, what would I call it? Those primal cues or those intuitive cues. But yes, you're tying up loose ends here. Probably, I would say like when March, April, when the springtime starts rolling in, or fall if you're in the southern hemisphere, things are really going to start picking up the pace in your life. New opportunities, new exciting changes, and Spirit's just helping you to step into that new journey with, you know, less of a heavy suitcase, you know, with less baggage, so that you can travel light and not be burdened by your past in this new chapter. That's why we have the last quarter moon here. And we have this message of attend to the details with Virgo energy, because I do think you will be, first of all, Virgo's an excellent analyzer and problem solver. So you will be observing your feelings, you will be making sense of them. Virgo's also very nurturing. I get really strong mom energy from Virgo, even though technically Cancer is like related to the mother. I get it from Virgo as well. Like Virgo is like the mom friend who takes care of you, who can solve your problems, who has everything you need. To the Virgos out there, please don't feel obligated to do that for people. Sorry, I should say that. But when I feel the archetype of Virgo, she definitely has that potential. So you're analyzing, you're problem solving. You might get really down to the nitty gritty, but you're coming out refreshed. You're coming out refreshed and ready to be set into motion and ready for the next chapter. Okay, so let's take a look at your tea leaf oracle cards now. These can really be anything, whether it's specific events, things to look forward to, things to look out for, or just additional messages from your guides. But let's see what they have for you. Hee hee, harp. I don't know what that giggle was. I was really happy to see this message of great happiness. I love the sound of harp music so much. I used to lie on the floor and listen to it when I was anxious or sad, and it made me feel better. It was one of those things on YouTube, like 1 hour of harp music, and it was very repetitive, but I still really liked it. Music could be very healing for you at this time. If you don't feel like talking to someone about your problems, maybe listening to music, whether it's just the emotion of the music or a specific message in the lyrics, might help you out or might make you feel less alone. Maybe For some reason, I'm thinking of like rap, especially. Like there might be some rapper who's like rapping about their struggles. If you listen to that kind of music and like what they've gone through, some sad moments of their life, and you can feel less alone by listening to that. It could also be singing, of course, or even instrumental, and just like I said, the emotion of it helps you to heal. But I want you to know that you're coming out of this month, you're coming out of February with great happiness. We have 4-leaf clover with great good fortune. You guys have some wonderful, wonderful blessings that you're preparing for. And bouquet, compliments from an admirer. Oh my goodness. So this would be an example of a specific event that will come in the month of February. Some of you guys will be getting a confession of feelings. If you have any sort of, like if you have your own business or if you have social media, you might be getting some kind of fan mail as well that really, really like lifts up your spirits. I know like when I'm feeling down, if I just look at comments or, you know, if I make a community post and I look at what you guys are saying, it makes me feel so much better. Like, oh, I'm so happy I have you guys. So you might be getting a very, very sweet message from somebody. Like I said, a confession of feelings. Bouquet also makes me think of gifts. You might be getting a really heartfelt gift from somebody. I just realized that Valentine's Day is in February. Well, no, not that I just realized it because I talked about it in group 1, but I just remembered that Valentine's Day is in February. So maybe someone's coming out of the woodwork or whatever on Valentine's Day and giving you a present or a letter. You might get a really generous tip or bonus as well. Bouquets make me think of that too. Please feel free to claim all of those, by the way. Like if you want the confession, the tip, the bonus, and the present and the letter, like please feel free to claim all of those because there's no limits on the blessings that you can receive. Okay, so, ooh, and I already know this is rhodochrosite, but I took these extra little oracle cards this month too, so let's take a look at them. Self-acceptance. I fully accept myself and know that I am worthy of great things in life. I love that that message comes out when I just finished saying there's no limit to what you can receive. There's no limit to the blessings that you can receive because you're worthy of all of them. And self-acceptance and healing, I love that message together. Chrysanthemum, be here always with willing hands and heart. I think that this month you're really showing up for yourself and you're releasing any self-judgment. I think that, and we're all guilty of this, but there's some ways in which you guys have been, to put it harshly, like unkind to yourself. There's some area of your life or some aspect of yourself that you have been quite unkind to, if I'm being honest. I think that's why I'm linking these, because it's like, as part of your healing, you will accept yourself as you are, and you're showing up for yourself. Like you're looking at yourself and saying, I got you. I'm here for you. I'm always willing to hear you out without judging you. Yeah. Okay, so let's move on to the specific areas of your life now. So as you can see, I have a tarot card and an oracle card for each of them. And we're going to take a look at love and relationships, career and studies, and spiritual and personal growth. So let's start off with your love and relationships. For your tarot card, we have the 8 of Wands. And for your oracle card, we have Primrose, youthful love. So in the love section of the reading, we have a card about love. If I had a single flower for every time I think of you, I could walk forever in my garden. I've definitely heard that before. I love this quote. So with the 8 of Wands here, things are speeding up in your love life. For those of you who are wanting something, trying to manifest something in your love life, I think that February will be the month that it happens. Judging from what, actually no, let me stop myself. Well, let me tell you what I was gonna say. I was gonna say, judging from what we've seen here, maybe this is gonna happen later on in the month, but no, because there was also this reassurance to you that whatever it is that you're going through, you don't have to do it alone. So maybe like if there's somebody in your life that you're interested in right now, they might be one of the people that you talk all of this through with, and who is there for you, who is here with willing hands and heart, and who shows up for you and who helps you heal. That might be actually a really amazing bonding experience for you guys. So yes, that's what I wanted to stop myself before I said. And I want to get out of this idea of like, we have to heal alone, or like you heal first and then you get your blessings. Because then it sounds like you have to earn your blessings, like prove that you're not broken so that you can get them. And it's just like, man, we're allowed to have cracks. We're just little eggs, and we all have cracks, and we're cracked together. Anyway, I don't know what I'm talking about. So anyway, something is speeding up in your love life. So if you have been trying to manifest a person entering into your life, then I definitely think that they will this month. Or if you're involved with somebody, I think that you're making a lot of progress with them in February. In any case, no matter your relationship status, what I see here is that communication is increasing a lot. So for example, let's say you've been talking to someone, you know, the vibe is good. Maybe up until now it's been like, you know, they'll text you every 3 or 4 days, just like little short things. And in February, it's like, maybe not, well, some of you might start to send pages and pages to each other, but maybe now you're talking every day. Maybe you're talking on the phone. Maybe your messages are a little bit longer. Maybe you're seeing each other in person more. There's something like when you compare the level of communication and closeness to what it was before, this was a month of exceptional growth. And that can be the case even if you are already in a committed relationship. It's like you're talking to your partner way more, or you're bonding and opening up way more. And you feel like, wow, we got way closer in February, didn't we? So yeah, some relationship is getting closer quickly. I think you guys get the picture of what I want to say here. If you have been waiting for a specific communication from somebody, whether it's a love interest, a friend, a family member, a job, waiting for a reply, you get the picture. I think that it will definitely come in February. That will likely come earlier on in the month because 8 of Wands is a very fast energy. Some of you guys are going to get this before February even starts. Like, even though this is a February reading, your guides are here to tell you that like you'll get it by the end of January. Now with Primrose, this youthful love, it makes me think of innocence. It makes me think of having nothing to hide. So just being your purest self. And it also makes me think of like honeymoon phase. I guess I'm just thinking of like young and in love newlyweds with stars in their eyes. So I think that whatever you're going through in your relationships, you're going to feel over the moon about it. I think you're going to feel really happy with your relationships. Yeah. Aw. I love the turn that this reading has taken, because you know it was a little bit of a heavy energy that we were looking at first, but that's how you know Spirit's got your back, and this is happening for you. This is happening for the best. This is happening so that you can really enjoy your life and fly like this dove. And I also noticed that we have the number 22 here, which is a number of partnerships, relationships, reciprocity, love. And also with this message, if I had a single flower for every time I think of you, I could walk forever in my garden. So somebody's been thinking about you a lot. Yes, it's that person. I know you were thinking of somebody. Now, if there's nobody in your life yet, that doesn't mean that they can't think of you. Like, you can think about your future partner even if you haven't met them yet, right? I wonder if they're doing well. I hope that they find me soon. I hope that they're happy. I'm sending them my love. So even if you guys have no idea who each other is, I think that they're still thinking about you. Like, they're missing you, they're longing for you, they're wondering about you. But yes, somebody is thinking about you a lot. Okay, so let's take a look now at the cards for your career and studies. For your tarot card, we have the Devil. So there is Capricorn energy coming through now. So far, what do we have? Capricorn, Scorpio, Virgo, Scorpio again, and also Aries. And then we have Snapdragon for your oracle card. Ooh, I really like the look of this flower. I really like red flowers. Graciousness and benevolence. No act of kindness, no matter how small, is ever wasted. Ooh. So let's talk about the devil. Probably most people don't get such a good vibe when the devil comes out. The devil is this, like, I don't know if double-edged sword is the right word, but we do often see the devil coming through in their negative manifestation, which is, you know, being overly attached to material things, which is feeling insecure, feeling like you're not good enough, feeling like you can't have the things that you want. It's like that mean voice in your head that tricks you. But all throughout this reading, we've been talking about you guys being kind to yourself and accepting yourself. And then we have this card that talks about acts of kindness as well. So I really do not feel called to interpret the devil this way this time. But actually, it could be here to indicate what you guys are recovering from when it comes to your career and studies. Maybe you guys are coming out of an energy, or this month you're figuring out why this was the case, but it's like maybe you've put a lot of, you've tied your self-worth too much to your achievements, or like how proud people are of you, how much praise you get for your work, how much money you make, how well you perform. Maybe this is showing like your current energy, the energy that you're working to come out of. But I don't think the devil has power over you anymore in the month of February. I just really don't feel it that way. And rather, I'm seeing the positive aspects of the devil, which I would think of as like the positive aspects of Capricorn energy, which is being ambitious, which is taking what you do seriously. And I also think acting with integrity, like being responsible, being disciplined, being practical, and doing the right thing. But I think that your motivation is coming from somewhere else. It's coming from your heart. It's coming from connection to others. So it's like, rather than saying, I'm going to work hard to impress people, I'm going to work hard to have this high score, I'm going to work hard to make so-and-so proud, it's like, I'm going to work hard so that I can fulfill my purpose of helping others. I'm going to work hard so that I'm doing my share of the work in the group. It's like you're doing it with others in mind. Not what others will think of you, but how others could be helped by it, how others could benefit, how others will be fulfilled by it. And that's going to feel a lot better than superficial things like, you know, like how impressive you are, or how rich you are, or how cool you are, or like, do you know what I mean? You're being the devil for the right reasons. You're being the ambitious leader for the right reasons. And it feels so much better. And actually, the devil is also about like temptation. So there might be something here where it's like you can do the same things that used to trigger you, but they don't trigger you anymore. So how can I give an example? Okay, like I'll give one that comes easy to me because it's about YouTube. You know, we have like the analytics and it will tell us like you did 30% worse than last month. Like you got this percent less views, or you got this percent more money. Like it shows you your performance and compares it to other months. And so it's a lot of numbers, it's a lot of rankings, and sometimes it can be hard to look at. I think that's something that most, if not all, creators can relate to. So that's like something that tempts you to get back into your negative cycle, right? It tempts you to get back into that cycle of judging yourself. So in this example, it's like that person would be able to look at their analytics and not be fazed by it anymore. You know, they're just like, oh yeah, this is information to help me. It's not information to, you know, judge me or put me down. And what was I going to say? I think I lost my train of thought. But anyway, they don't let that kind of stuff get to their head anymore. And they use it as a tool to help them. I control you, you don't control me, kind of thing. You control your money doesn't control you. You control your status doesn't control you. And by control, I just mean like, you don't feel like a slave to it, you know? Okay, so now let's take a look at your tarot card and your oracle card for spiritual and personal growth. For your tarot card, we have the Seven of Swords. And for your oracle card, we have Yellow Rose with enthusiasm and friendship. A single rose can be my garden, a single friend my world. Aww. So I'm going to start here with the Seven of Swords. All of the swords in this deck are snakes. That's just like the style of the deck. But I do think it's funny that we have snakes on the Seven of Swords because it is a card that talks about, you know, betrayal, deception, dishonesty. And so I'm thinking of, you know, snakes. And I also think it's interesting that they're going in alternating directions. Like, ooh, am I going this way or that way? Like they're trying to confuse you. The snakes are trying to confuse you so they can deceive you. And I think that this is speaking about your ability to discern. Because when we go out there in the world, we are getting all kinds of mixed messages, and it can be very, very confusing. We get mixed messages in the spiritual community about, you know, what we should and shouldn't do, what's going to raise your vibration or lower your vibration, or we get mixed messages when it comes to what is healthy for us and what is unhealthy for us. We get mixed messages in the news, like there's all kinds of conflicting information everywhere. And so it can be like looking at these chaotic snakes and trying to figure out which snake is guiding you the right way. I think you guys are becoming very good at discerning with your own inner compass and with your own intuition. This is a number 7 card, and I have been really thinking about the chakra associations with numbers lately. So this is talking about your crown chakra, which is your divine guidance, which is your intuition. And sometimes that's really what you need to use, because there's no use in analyzing the facts if some of the facts aren't true. Do you know what I mean? Like, oh, this person is saying that, but that person is saying that, and that makes more sense. Like, that all goes out the window when people are lying. And like, there are people out there who are just flat out lying. So when it comes down to it, sometimes you just need to use your inner compass and your intuition to discern like what is right for me. Forget about like who makes the most sense or who's telling the truth. What path makes the most sense for me? What path feels right to me? You guys are getting really good at that. This is what I see in terms of your spiritual and personal growth this month. I also think that you're going to stop, and it kind of goes back to the devil, where it's like you're going to stop caring about impressing people and material things, because like most of them are snakes anyway. I'm sorry, that sounds really mean, but like there's a lot of fakeness in the world. There's a lot of shallowness and superficiality out there in the world. And it's like, who am I really trying to impress? Am I trying to impress this bunch of snakes? Like, why do I care about impressing snakes? You know, so, or like, why are we all deceiving each other to impress each other? Why are we all like trying to show off when we know that everybody is exaggerating? We know that everybody's like selectively showing parts of their life. Like, what are we really trying to prove here? This is the kind of stuff that you guys might be contemplating, and really just craving something more authentic for yourself. This yellow color is making me think of the solar plexus. So it's like being true to you, expressing yourself in a way that is raw and honest and that feels good to you. You're like, I don't care about like appearances or proving myself. Like, what is the end goal of all of this? Like, what are we all trying to do? It just seems silly the more you think about it, you know? And I also, looking at this message, a single rose can be my garden, a single friend my world. Maybe you guys already feel this way, and this is just being confirmed to you in February, but it's that feeling of like, I don't need a lot of friends. I really don't. I just need my few loved ones who have my back. That's really all that I need. I need the people who want to show up for me, who want to talk to me every day, who want to hear what I have to say, who want to help me heal. You know, I don't need this kind of surface level relationships anymore. And maybe there was a point where you guys did want that. Like, I remember I used to feel like, you know, I'm a loner, I'm socially awkward, and so having a lot of acquaintances made me feel good. I was like, see, I'm cool, I'm normal, I have so many friends now. But it's like, they're not really friends. I'm like laughing at my past self. I'm sorry. I love you, past self. But yeah, like we don't need that anymore. And this is like a quality over quantity, right? You don't need a whole garden of mediocre flowers. You just need one beautiful rose. No offense to flowers either. I love you all. It's just for the sake of the example. You know, you just need quality. And maybe that's part of your healing. Like there's been a lack mentality, or there's been a void that you felt like you couldn't fill, where you always needed more, like more friends, more money, more possessions, more, you know, more this, more that, to feel something. And things are simple now. You're like, I don't need all that because I have me and I love me and I have my loved ones and I love them. And the rest of the world can go fly a kite. Yes. And it just feels so much more simple. Like you're not worried anymore. You have your close little loving circle. Molly's going crazy upstairs. I know it sounds like a microwave or something that's beeping, but that is a bird. But yeah, I think that is everything that I see here. So I'm going to end the reading here. Thank you very, very much for letting me do this reading for you. I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching, and I wish you all the best. Please take good care of yourself. Stay healthy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that. I also have a Patreon, so if you guys are interested in seeing even more exclusive pick-a-cards where you get to choose the topic, that will be linked down below too. I'm sending you guys lots of love, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye!